Alright, let's dive into the shadowy world of the 10 most wanted people of all time. These aren't just petty criminals, we're talking about individuals who have committed some of the most heinous acts imaginable. These are folks who kept governments up at night, sparked international crises, and held whole nations on edge. Their actions have had far-reaching consequences, impacting countless lives and shaping the course of history. Let's kick it off with a name synonymous with terror: Osama bin Laden. The undisputed mastermind behind the horrific 9/11 attacks and the head of the global terrorist network Al-Qaeda, he managed to evade capture for almost a decade, becoming a symbol of defiance against global superpowers. It took a years-long, incredibly complex international manhunt involving countless resources and intelligence agencies before U.S. Navy SEALs finally located and neutralized him in a covert operation in Pakistan in 2011. The world held its breath as the news broke. Pablo Escobar, if you've heard of the Medellin cartel, you undoubtedly know this infamous name. His name is practically shorthand for drug kingpin. At one point he controlled and supplied an estimated 80% of the world's cocaine, amassing unimaginable wealth and power. Colombian police, after a relentless pursuit, finally ended his reign of terror in 1993. But his legacy of violence, corruption, and narco-terrorism still looms large over Colombia and the world. Then there's Adolf Eichmann, a name forever etched in the annals of history for his role in one of humanity's darkest chapters. He was the chief architect, meticulously organizing the logistics behind the Holocaust, the systematic genocide of millions of Jews. After the war, he managed to escape to Argentina, seeking refuge in the anonymity of a new continent. But Mossad agents, driven by unwavering determination, tracked him down in a daring and clandestine operation. He was subsequently captured, brought to Israel, and faced a highly publicized trial, ultimately being found guilty and executed in 1962. Justice, though delayed, was finally served. Who could forget the audacious exploits of El Chapo? Joaquin Guzman, better known as El Chapo, led the notorious Sinaloa cartel, one of the most powerful and ruthless drug trafficking organizations in the world. He famously escaped from maximum security prisons not once but twice, showcasing his incredible cunning and the depth of his influence. He built a vast and lucrative drug empire that spanned continents, flooding communities with narcotics and fueling violence on an unprecedented scale. He's now serving a life sentence in a U.S. supermax prison. No more elaborate tunnels or daring escapes for him. Joseph Kony, the elusive and brutal leader of Uganda's Lord's Resistance Army, or LRA, is notorious for his unspeakable brutality, horrific war crimes, and the systematic abduction and use of child soldiers. Despite numerous global campaigns and international efforts to bring him to justice, he's still out there, evading capture. He has been on the run for over 30 years, a testament to the challenges of tracking down fugitives in remote and unstable regions. Carlos the Jackal, also known as Ilich Ramirez Sanchez, was arguably the original international terrorist, a figure who epitomized the era of Cold War-era violence. He was involved in a string of high-profile bombings, kidnappings, and aircraft hijackings across Europe during the turbulent years of the Cold War. After years on the run, he was finally captured in Sudan, and is now serving a life sentence behind bars in France, paying the price for his long history of violence and terror. Ayman al-Zawahiri, who took over the reins of Al-Qaeda following bin Laden's death, was, for many years, one of the world's most hunted men, a constant threat to global security. His reign of terror came to an end when a U.S. drone strike successfully targeted and eliminated him in 2022. James Whitey Bulger, a gangster's gangster, a name that evokes images of Boston's gritty underworld. He ruthlessly ruled Boston's criminal underworld for decades, building a vast empire of drugs, extortion, and violence. He managed to dodge the FBI for an incredible 16 years, becoming a legendary figure in the annals of American crime. His life of crime and evasion inspired numerous books and Hollywood movies before he was finally caught and brought to justice. Saddam Hussein, the iron-fisted Iraqi dictator, was toppled from power following the US-led invasion during the 2003 Iraq War, marking a dramatic shift in the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East. He was eventually captured hiding in an underground bunker, a stark contrast to the opulent palaces he once commanded. He faced a highly publicized trial for his numerous war crimes and crimes against humanity, ultimately leading to his execution. And finally, we have Semyon Mogilevich, the enigmatic and elusive Russian mob boss, often described as the boss of bosses within the Russian mafia. He's allegedly involved in a wide range of criminal activities, including arms trafficking, large-scale financial fraud, and even murder. He remains on the FBI's most wanted list, but is believed to be living freely in Russia, seemingly untouchable, and beyond the reach of international law enforcement. He is thought to be sheltered by powerful political connections and a vast network of corruption. These are just a few of the names that have come to define what it truly means to be most wanted. Individuals who have challenged the very foundations of law and order. The world continues to watch, and the pursuit of justice never truly ends.